morning, YouTube. I shit you not, if I deal with another interruption from an alarm clock on this phone, I'm gonna lose my shit. This is gonna be like the umpteenth time I've had to stop recording and re-record, or stop recording and begin recording again, or some chicken shit like that because of the alarm on the phone. Boy, these things are really fucking smart, aren't they? Anyway, I had to get a few things from the garage this morning, and I thought on my way out I would do kind of a quick walkthrough, being that I've done this like 30 times, and each time it's ended up over 20 something minutes or 30 minutes or even 15 or 10 minutes. I'm going to try to make it really fast. There's going to be a lot of shit I don't explain at that point, from which you just have to leave a comment or a question. I could give a shit less what you really want to do. Anyway, pretty proud of this light on the outside of the house. Take note of it, please. It was expensive. That thing is like $70, but it's bright. I mean, it lights up my entire backyard. Look at this. That's a pretty long stretch, so I'm pretty happy with it. And okay, so this is the north wall behind me that I just come through. So the only bad thing is, I guess, like during the springtime, I'll have like an east or west wind, which would be really nice because I have east and west doors that can just flow right on through. However, during the summer month where you got a south wind, there is no chance of a south wind to blow through this. So that kind of sucks. But anyway, this is a 2-car oversized garage. In fact, I think I'm just going to start on this side this time. We're looking at the north wall here, okay? So here's tool chest, and I've also got my lathe in my lathe box here that I use. And once again, this isn't all permanent here. I've got some metal that I was gonna put maybe midway up this wall and then do pegboard. But someone's actually talked me into the idea of actually just running sheet metal all the way to the top, which I'm pretty sure I can get a hold of that stuff really cheap, like free kind of cheap, because it's sitting in a shop and nobody even knows it's there right now until I pointed it out. Anyway, gonna run all the way to the rafters. The rafters, I think they're like 11 or 12 foot tall, like just to this setup here where you see this junction box and all this. That's 12 foot. Anyway, go all the way to the rafter on this wall, and then hang my pegboard as needed above these benches. This bench here is not a permanent, I'm not gonna keep this anymore. I'm gonna tear it out once I get rid of this pile of metal. I gotta take this and build a bench for a friend of mine, kind of owe him a favor. He wants a bench 17 foot long, and he figured I could do it. The last box that we made turned out really good. He's really happy with it. And he's using it's still holding. It's been in there for 2.5, almost 3 years now, so he's just tickled to death with it. So wants me to build him another one. Anyway, so like the drill press, all that stuff, I'd like to do away with this bench, remove this toolbox, because this has more of my tools for like working on my pickup, a boat, four-wheeler. This has like much larger tools, larger wrenches, larger hammers. Everything in here is bigger. Deep freeze is probably not going to stay in here, but I am going to use it for a little bit of discount for some trading, for that and a couple other appliances, so that I can get all the appliances in my new house to match, or at least to be the same. There is a bench here, but I mean, as you can see, this is a door off of like a trailer house. So I mean, I've actually kind of stepped off the beam that much, and the floor started cracking out. So it's a really hollow door. It's really light. It's really not good to work on. I mean, I can use it for a few things, but that's about it. This overhead here, this beam, I've actually got it weighted down pretty heavily with a lot of stuff from my storage unit that's been in there for years. So some of this stuff I'm going to eventually pull out and then take it down to the basement. It's got a lot of family pictures and such in there, and I've noticed a few things that I didn't notice prior to putting all that stuff up there. And I'm just kind of like, I don't think that's a good idea that that's up there that heavy. It does have a support beam here and this kind of overlays, but at least over here I have all my camping stuff, anything I need: tents, chairs, fishing poles, lanterns, pretty much anything you would need except for the sleeping bags and stuff, which are inside. I'm just washing those until I can bring them back out here. So it's nice to be able to access that stuff. These cabinets here were given to me by my employer. They said they didn't want them, had to be gone today. As long as you take them home today, you can have them. So I'm like, shit, yeah. So I brought them here, and I'm gonna use it for my paints, my oils, spray cans, anything, I mean, adhesive cleaners, electrical items, all that stuff. I mean, I didn't think I was going to use them because I thought I was actually going to put them in the house, but I like them out here better. So it's also got stuff like my extra shop towels, my hand cleaning towels, welding helmets, more electrical, my CBE, more paints, cleaners, mystery oils, stuff like that. So, and I mean, I don't have it organized like I want it yet. I want to keep the separate paints, cleaners, oils, stuff like that. It definitely needs to be organized, but I'm going to have time for that here in the latter seasons. And anyway, this bathroom had PVC in it, okay? And the flange on the toilet was broken. So they had like up to here silicone stacked in because the flange on the toilet was broken. So the wax ring wasn't working. And I'm like, that's not going to work. So anyway, there was like 8 different holes with the PVC. So I just fucking gave up. I'm like, no, not doing that. I think I'll just spend the extra money. I'll go PEX all the way around. I can wire in plumb in a faucet, which I did on this outside, this west wall here. I plumbed in a faucet, and then hell, on this east wall too, I did one down here. And I can actually wire in or plumb in a water hose and use that for an opportunity to either wash a vehicle in here, or if I really need to cool something off, I can do that. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios I might need water for. This does have a makeshift sink in here, but I think this is off of a like a RV or something, because this thing is not very sturdy. It's got like a pop-up faucet and turn it on. I don't have this plumbed in yet, but I don't think I'm actually going to use it. I think I'm just going to opt for the pretty well standard sink, like a utility sink. And actually I found a kit that I can wire in, and actually you don't even have to wire it in. You just plumb this thing in, and then it could mount to that sink, and then you just plug it in, and then this thing gives you instant hot water. So instead of actually having a water heater, if you did need the warm water or hot water, you can actually have that on demand pretty much without having this big thing that's going to cost you a couple dollars each time you use hot water. So I have it plumbed here for the sink, but I'm not going to tie that in yet until I can make a decision. I think I want to tear that thing down. Anyway, I got my lawnmowers and stuff here, my heater, my welder, and then all my main tools, vice grips, cordless drills, things like that. Once again, none of this stuff is permanent. All this stuff is probably going to end up on this north side of the room as where I can either store it and or utilize it in a better position. This way, if I wanted to, I can still pull my pickup in here and use it. And I bought a leaf blower the other day, and that thing runs off the same batteries that my cordless drills do. This thing is a beast. It really is. If you don't have one, look into it. It's really helping to keep my garage here clean. Just being able to blow it out once in a while, just a quick, done, instead of sweeping every other couple days. That is one bad thing about the east and west facing. I mean, if it was a north wind or a south wind, that shit would just sweep it right in and out. But being that my doors are facing opposite, it sweeps right around the corner, and all this just kind of dirt devils right in here and then settles onto the floor. Anyway, so here's the east wall, which will be kind of nice because the house sets about right here and over. So that kind of blocks some of the wind if you're getting out of the pickup, but wait till you get around the front porch there, I got this metal here, which is, obviously it's not mine. I got to use it to build a bench. And then this is mainly all my metals here. I'm going to try to keep everything split on this line so that, I can still utilize everything on this side of my garage as for my welding and all my cutting and stuff like that, and then use the rest of the space on this side of the garage for vehicle parking, things like that. I'm pretty sure I can fit my pickup in here without issues, but I won't know until I get a majority of this junk out of the way, and hopefully, I hope it won't be another couple months before I find this out. I hope it's like a couple more weeks, but I'm also dealing with a lot of other stuff too. We've had to work some sporadic weekends here or there, or even gone in for a couple hours, do a couple loads and gotten off. And then there's other days that I've just kind of made a quick dash, get some stuff from town, and just didn't have the time and didn't have the energies. I woke up this past Saturday and kind of felt like past Sunday, sorry, that felt like I got macked by a truck, just completely run over. And of course, Monday morning I woke up and my allergies were on fire. They were hitting me pretty hard. So anyway, it's after 7:30. It's probably 7:45 by now. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna grab what I need and I'm gonna jet off to work. So have a nice week. Thanks for watching. Y'all got any comments or any questions? Let me know. Thanks.